So if you've been looking for a medical kit that can be attached to PALS webbing, but in a moment be released and be removed from that PALS webbing, well then I'm excited to introduce to you guys today the Blackhawk Quick Release Med Pouch. That's what we're going to be looking at today. What sets this apart from most other medical kits out there is that most MOLLE to a system, they're on your LBE rig or they're on your belt or a pack or whatever, and they're stuck there. So you're either going to have to pull out the MOLLE sticks and then take it to a place, or you're going to have to take your entire bag or take your whole body to wherever that injury may be, instead of being able to quick release it and hand it off to a buddy, or be able to just get into it easier than trying to fiddle with it on your belt or on your pack. So that's what we're looking at today. We're going to run this through real quick, the ins and outs and what this has to offer, and see whether or not this might be the medical pouch that you're looking for. And so again, just to be clear and walk through this portion, here's your back PALS webbing or MOLLE compatible system with really good strong PALS sticks right here that come with it, which is really good. Really strong buttons. I mean, these are some of the strongest buttons I've ever seen. So I mean, you're gonna have a really difficult time trying to connect these unless you want to, which is really good. And then they have a nice piece of plastic or something that makes it very rigid through there. So these are very rigid instead of kind of floppy and, you know, slapping around. So I like that a lot, that those are really nice. Not only the snaps, but also, there we go, also the MOLLE tabs themselves. Then here's our plastic clasp right here that again keeps this all in one piece. But if you disconnect that, and you were to grab the red grab handle, boom. So this is what is staying on your LBE system, whatever it may be. And this is what goes with you, again, with that great, very large grab handle in red. I love the red, and I love how large it is. Like you have gloves on and grab that easily in this huge wall of Velcro. Then as we flip it over here, here's that tab. Again, that would be that safety. And if it's inside a bag, you don't necessarily need to use this at all. One other thing I want to hit on before we leave kind of the Velcro wall and just how the panels are designed. I love the fact that in today's world, a lot of backpacks are coming with Velcro interiors. They're Velcro hook and loop features, including this Vertex Gamut backpack that I've been using for my EDC bag. And because of the Velcro wall that this comes with back here, I don't even have to use the MOLLE panel. I can use that attached and keep that attached to my tack belt, which is what we've seen in this video that I'm running when I go to the range. And then I can rip it off and put it inside my EDC bag that goes with me every day and it stays stationary. I can rip it right out. And then when it comes time for another time out at the range, I pull it out of my EDC bag and attach it back to the belt. So I love that aspect a lot. And I'll hit price with you guys here as well. The price point on this is going to go between $30 and $35. We will have links in the description below over to Amazon. That's always a great way to help support the channel and help us continue to do what we do here. There are lots of different color combinations. This is the multicam. They have green, they have black, they have coyote tan, and I believe they have one or two other ones as well. I will also include in the links to all of the medical supplies you see inside this pouch, that as we go through the interior here in just a moment, once we finish wrapping up around the exterior of the bag. So all the contents you see inside, we will have links in the description below over to Amazon as well. Take into note, I am not a medical professional. This is just an average Joe with my level of expertise. So take all of this with a grain of salt, particularly with the contents of the bag, and you know, to do everything at your own risk and know how to use the different things we're going to look at inside this bag today, and know the risks as well as the pros and cons basically of the items that are in here and the supplies that will be offered in the links below. And then we have all the dimensions, which I'll be running in at this time. So this definitely can carry a good amount, you know, an IFAC amount for definitely one person, possibly two, depending on how you want to carry this and how you want to load it out. And the bag is made out of 500 denier nylon. Now the multicam version that you see here is Cordura nylon. The rest are just a form of nylon. So either way, it's going to be great. And I love that they went with 500. I prefer 500. Still has tons of durability, but it cuts down a little bit on weight, over 1,000 denier nylon. These nice, very large red. Again, I love the red. All the red that they've given us here makes it very easy to indicate that not only is this a medical kit, but where to grab and what to do. So I could easily, again, with gloves on, get my fingers through there to run and open up this full clamshell design. So now, once we have this completely open, again, this would be the top, so it's hanging down this way. This way is pointed towards the ground because of gravity. Now what we have here on either end are these nice red indicated little paracord 550 paracord loops. One right there that you could easily attach a few little things or a carabiner, and one that's a little bit longer that is attached here. So nice little extras that they offer there. Then the rest right here is elastic bands, and they're double cased elastic bands. So in other words, I could run something underneath and then I could run something in between. So you can double stack everything that you see here. So you can do longer bandages if you want to, tourniquets, whatever it may be. I just have this loaded out. I'm kind of testing this load out right now, and so far it's working out great. Been running it for several weeks now like this. And so again, I have like some iodine, I have some triple antibiotic ointment right here. I got my tape, and you can see there that they're kind of stuffed in between. Then I have two smaller bandages rolled in on top of my medical gloves. So I removed those that are running underneath that. So again, they were pinched in between. So I like that you can double stack this thing and really organize it how you want to. Then we have this dump pouch in here like this that has it's very large. I mean, you could do like 4x4 inch bandages, gauze, that type of thing. I chose to put some medicine, pills, and then some 2x2 gauze pieces, but again, 4x4 could easily, as well as some 3x3s. And I decided to run a SAM splint, finger splint in there, and then I have a small Ziploc baggie with more just smaller bandages, band-aids, and some tweezers and some iodine wipes, and those all fit inside that dump pouch right here on that front face. Then we do have a drainage hole right here in the middle, so if this wasn't in sopping wet conditions, at least it would drain out. Then we have these two very large elastic bands right here, so I have a rat's tourniquet that's been rolled up and put in there. Then I have some Celox rapid deploying Z-fold gauze, so I use that. And then we have here a SWAT tourniquet as well. And again, these are with these two very large elastic bands. And then I have a CAT tourniquet, excuse me, as well. Make sure to use the links that we offer you guys below, and make sure you're getting them from American Rescue. Those are the authentic ones. If they're not from American Rescue, then they are most likely a knockoff, just so that you know. Now, this is made in Vietnam for those of you who care. Very good durability and quality from everything that you would know from Blackhawk. Great stitching all the way around. So those are all those tourniquets and larger bandages were put right here, and I have that on that top face, really close to your body, or we're really close to the top if you do remove it, so that I could open this up and quickly get access to those emergency things. If there was some really bad situation going on, I don't have to necessarily go digging around in these little areas. That's why I have those band-aids and that type of stuff. If it's not an emergency, I got time, not a big deal. I can dig in here and get the band-aids and the little finger splint and that type of thing. My heavy duty, blood clotting, different types of tourniquets, those are all going to be right here, easily accessible, right in my face, so I don't have to dig around for them. And I like that they kind of, that's how this was laid out, obviously, so that those bands kind of hold that together. You could easily get 2 to 3 CATS tourniquets in there. Definitely 2, possibly 3 if you jammed them in there. You can get several rats tourniquets, lots of different options. Then just another big dump pouch right here, and I have 2 8x10 pads, gauze pads. These things are awesome and very large, and will handle a lot of blood loss and help with sopping that all up. So that's the basic layout of the system and how this guy looks on the interior. Well, folks, there you have it. You've seen the ins and outs of this pack. I think it has a lot to offer, and particularly in that quick release system. And for me right now, with not only my EDC bag, as we've looked at, that goes with me every day as I go out, into the world and go to the office or whatever, I can Velcro this to the interior. Then on a day like today, when we're going to the range, I can rip it out of that bag, attach it to my belt, and then if need be, I can attach it to the walls in my packs and then remove it just as fast. So it's basically, you can have one pack and take it multiple different places depending on what system you need to deploy it in that day. So I think it has huge capabilities for a lot of you out there, and at a reasonable price, and has a lot of the nice accessories like the red, finger loops that even with gloves on I can grab, the big giant red grab handle, and the Velcro panel wall for added identification is awesome, I think. So great option, guys, particularly if you need that mobility in your med kit. I want to thank you so much today for coming over here, checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Any questions you may have, I'll try and answer in the description in the comments below. Check us out on all the relevant social media as well. It's always a great way to see what's up and coming. And finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.